afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Emaar Cup 2025. And this is the second semi-final. One game left before the big day on Sunday. These two teams, Bindrai versus Emaar, playing for their place in the final to play against Noon, who just qualified. My name's Tim Ward. I'll be your host through this game and the matches on Sunday as well. It's been a big pleasure to commentate these games. We've seen some absolute crackers. Bindrai, always formidable. At 1, Mohamed Bindrai. At 2, Santos Solari. He's replacing Facundo Kelly, who is injured. At number 3, Khaled Bindrai. And at the back, the Englishman Kian Hall. Taking on Emaar. We have Ali Almari. He's replacing Rian Al-Ajaji. At 2, the Englishman Charles Cooney. 3, Santos Iriati. And at the back, Javier Chulo Guerrero. So Emaar, they won their first 2 games. Bindrai have had a win and a loss. The umpires out there are Matias Baibiene and Peter Wright, and our third man is Santiago Torreguetar. So Bindrai got beaten by Noon earlier on, the first finalists, but they beat El Basha, which earned them a place here in the semi-final. Top scorers still, Ricardo Aiti Garros scored 16 goals. Marcus Araja has scored 13. Teo Lacau through to the finals. He scored 13 as well. Javier Chulo Guerrero is playing right now. He scored 10 goals already. Benjamin Urquiza has scored 9. So here we go. White team of Bindrai versus the green of Emaar. Collecting the ball at the back. Santos Iriati sending one up forward. Right up at the front is Chulo Guerrero trying to pick it up. Usually playing at the back, but he's up at the front this time. Chulo Guerrero, one of the players of the tournament in my book. He's been playing absolutely outstandingly well. And Chulo, this is Chulo, or Mano. A lot of people are talking about that horse he's riding as well, that black one. Watch out for Mano and Chulo Guerrero playing in the first chukker here. Likes to start on his best horse, get a good start for his team, Emaar. Bindrai are starting with a goal and a half. Chulo comes on to that, but draws the whistle. What are the handicaps of the two teams? 9. How many? 9 or 10? So Bindrai, just a 9-goal team, but it's a 10 to 12 goal tournament, so they're playing off 10 goals against the 12 goals of Emaar. They've got a big mountain to climb. Emaar looking good, but Bindrai, like I said, always formidable. No one works harder than this team. Santos again at the back opens up a perfect pass to Chulo Guerrero on this little black horse, Mano. Fantastic. Oh, look at that. He just drives the ball right up to the halfway line as if it was nothing. Cooney comes onto it, lofts that one up, and running back in defense here is Kian Hall. Cooney gets hooked by Kian. Next one, though, is Ali. He gets a good touch. Backhand does come in from Bindrai, and a little backhand there from Solari puts it. Khaled tries to come onto it. Santos Iriati puts a backhand in. Players coming from all over the place. And whistle goes. in favour of Bin Dry, the 9-goal team in the 12-goal today. With Santos Solari replacing Facundo Kelly, who's had an injured riding muscle. They'll start with a 5-beat. Kian Hall and Mohammed Bin Dry discussing the plan at the back. Bin Dry takes it. Mohammed, MBD they call him. Mohammed, he's going to try and beat Ali here. Ali gets a good little touch on the near side, and Kian tucks in behind and starts driving forward for Bin Dry Polo team. Then Mohammed peels in behind him, backing each other up well. That's a good horse he's on too. He's stopped and turned inside. Now Kian comes in behind Mohammed. They're going to find it a bit. Oh, he's got the foul as well, Mohammed. Ali came in to make the play, but Mohammed checked up and snuck behind him. So they'll get a penalty in front of the goal here. Bin Dry, they're already leading by a goal and a half. Emaar have got some work to do just to get the scores back even. So it's a 30-yarder for Bin Dry. Mohammed Bin Dry on channel, off the post and over it goes. Oh, it would have been a good penalty in a football match. Anyway, it's enough. It was just enough. So they're 2.5 goals up very early on in the first chukker. Bin Dry. In it goes. Bin Dry, like I said, never short of effort. Sometimes get a little too hot-headed, perhaps, toward the end of the game, and that lets them down a bit. Anyway, they're playing well so far. Chulo Guerrero doing so much. He's so solid at the back, and then he sends through these torpedoes up to the front. Amazing team player is Guerrero. All-round player. There's one of his torpedoes right up to the front. And then he's lucky enough to have Santos Iriarty running onto those passes to finish off. Anyway, Kian though. Oh no, it's not. It's Bin Dry. Khaled Bin Dry comes through, claiming that line, but not getting far. Battling it out on the back, and another whistle. A little bit scrappy, a little bit tense this game so far. Of course, we have got prize money up for grabs. Whether that makes a difference or not, I don't know. But 80,000 dirhams for the winner, 40,000 for the runners-up. So they'll win this. They're guaranteed a little bit of money. I guess it's up to the owner of the team, the patron of the team, how he wants to spread that money out, whether he wants to put it toward his own bills or whether he wants to reward his players. It's up to him. They'll go and change horse halfway through the first. Bin Dry starting with that goal and a half. Just a 9-goal team playing off 10 goals against a very, very strong Emaar. Emaar in their first 2 games beat both AM and Abu Dhabi, which is quite some achievement. And that qualified them automatically through to this semi-final. They did have one other game against Equity. They got beaten, but it was irrelevant. They'd already made it through. Bin Dry were in the group of 3 with Noon and El Basha. Noon managed to beat Bin Dry. And then El Basha got beaten by Bin Dry. Both of those games came down to half a goal. And they weren't without some drama and some cards. Some yellow cards as well were shown. So 3 minutes 22 seconds left of chukker number 1. Mohammed Bin Dry gets on Morerada. Solari's on 420. Kian is on Kinga. And Khaled bin Dry is on Sara. We've got a 60-yard penalty for Chulo and Lamar. Not the one he wanted. Hit it hard, but didn't get underneath it. It went along the ground and was blocked by bin Dry. And then they're setting off down the ground with Santos Solari straight away. The replacement here. Swing and a miss. Bit too wild there. Solari. Mohammed bin Dry now battling away with Iriarty. And a whistle goes. Bin Dry's hopped off his horse. Oh, he's on the floor as well. So we'll get him checked out pretty soon. Not sure what happened there. So we'll take a short break here just while Mohammed bin Dry gets checked up and hopefully gets back on the horse. We'll take a break to some adverts here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for waiting. Mohammed Ben Dry luckily looks fine. Hopefully he's got a bruise, or at least a bruise to show for it. Having a look at the replay, not much to see. Anyway, get going again. Talking of football matches. Anyway, hit for Ben Dry. They get the penalty from the spot. And Kian brings it in. Lofts one up over the top. We're back in business here in the semi-final. Cooney turns it for Emaar. He's got Chulo behind him. He'll leave it for Chulo. Nice little play. Guerrero bringing it left, then right. Cooney staying close. But the torpedo comes through right up to the front. And Santos Iriarty's left his man there. He's coming onto it. And, well, the defense was... The Ben Dry guy was pushing the defense over. I think he may have pushed him over the top of the man as Santos was coming charging down the line. Again, one of Chulo's torpedoes does the business, puts it up the front, finding Santos, came onto the line and got his team a penalty. So after all that, Emaar have a penalty in front of the goal. And he hits it well. Through it goes. Chulo Guerrero, a man on form, takes his team off the mark. 2.5 goals to 1 now. As we've got 2 minutes left of the first chukker. Taking a bit of time to get into this game. Been a bit stop and start. Plenty of polo left to be played, of course. So back they go. Line up again. Ben Dry in white. Emaar in green. Umpire right, puts it in, pops out in favour. Oh, another man got hit there. But this time it goes in favour of Ben Dry. We've just had a sensational semi-final before this one. Let's hope this one opens up a little bit in the remaining chukkers. They're going to move this one up to a 40. For Ben Dry. Emaar making the foul in the line out. Ben Dry shoots, it's blocked. It's on the line. Emaar has saved that one with Chulo Guerrero at the back. Driving one up to the right-hand side. Ali's there. Running hard, though, is Santos Iriarty. Ali comes back onto it, plays a little touch before the write-off comes in from Khaled. Gets another touch, Ali, and it's gone over the top of the boards, though. So Ben Dry will get another restart. Umpire will wait 7 seconds, drop it down, and Mohammed starts quickly with Kian Hall behind him if needed. He is needed. Kian takes it left, then right. Cooney's waiting for him. Ben Dry runs forward. Kian sends one into the mixer. Chulo's there, and so is Iriarty. Iriarty opens a perfect backhand to, Chulo to Santos. Solari plays the backhand for Ben Dry. MBD is in there still. But Guerrero gets the better of him. Takes it around toward the boards. Guerrero. He's got 2 white shirts hassling him, and that was 1 too many. Bindrai coming in from the back underneath the swing. He had a man on his right and his left, so Chulo Guerrero, patience and strength won him that penalty, and they'll move it up to at least the halfway. A lot of whistles so far in the first chukker. 40 seconds left before the first hooter. Guerrero will take it. With the wind, we know he can score from here. Cooney goes long. Iriarty as well. It's going to be one time. There it is. It's along the ground, but it's gone far. Iriarty's looking to get on to the end of it as well. With a half swing, he taps it, checks up, bides his time. Defense comes in and a backhand. Have we got a counter-attack? No, there's 2 green shirts turning onto it first, and Chulo gets there before anyone. Stops, turns, and waits. Little clip forward to, oh, look at that pass up to Iriarty. Iriarty working hard in the middle. It's getting a bit scrappy once more. A lot of shirts. They're all crowded around the ball there, and nobody manages to get out. Oh, everyone's coming from all over the place. This game hasn't opened up yet. Another whistle with 7 seconds to go in front of the goal with Emaar in attack. They'll get a penalty. Chulo just putting it up into the middle. Iriarty and Cooney working hard in the middle, eventually getting those penalties. Bindrai a little bit frantic in defence. Bindrai have gone back to change horses. With just 7 seconds left, it'll be one more shot of the chukker, and Chulo will take it. Lovely strike, up over the top, bullseye, through it goes, and that will end chukker number 1. Bit of a strange chukker, quite a few fouls, some good plays, very promising plays for both teams. Emaar looking strong. Scores on the board. Bindrai go into the second chukker, half a goal up, 2.5 goals to Bindrai. Emaar on 2. We'll be back in just a minute. And we're going to get ready for chukker number 2, but Bindrai is down again. Mohamed Bindrai, not sure what's up with him. Do we need the ambulance to check him out? He's on the floor looking a bit peaky. Khaled bin Dry has hopped on to Kinder. That's the stallion of Bin Dry Polo team. That chocolate coloured sort of liver chestnut solid stallion owned by Bin Dry, played by the number 3 Khaled bin Dry today. Chulo Guerrero on that beautiful horse, Mila, that grey horse, Mila. Okay, well, he's back on his horse again. He's feeling all right, so hopefully he can get going and get this game going. Had a little moment. Right, so Chaka number 2 coming up with the scores 2 goals to 2.5. Bin Dry started with that goal and a half. They got a goal on top of that, and then Lamar started to get the better of them, scored the next 2 goals. They are looking strong. Lamar with Chulo Guerrero on Mila, this beautiful grey horse, puts it up to the front. He's got 2 players up there, doesn't manage to find them this time. Mohammed bin Dry turns it. Ali gets a little hook from behind. Good play by him. And a backhand. Oh, he's got it off him there. Mohammed bin Dry maybe not back on form just yet as Santos Iriarte comes onto it. Over to the near side and puts it through. Great play there. He stole it, did Ali. From nowhere. Came around the back of Mohammed bin Dry. Got the steal on the near side. Then a little backhand to Santos Iriarte, who capitalized on his chance and put it through. Lamar are in the lead for the first time, 3 goals to 2.5. In it goes. Lamar have won it again, the goal scorer, Santos Iriarte. He's having a fantastic season of 3 goals. Stops there. Kian comes in for the challenge on him. The horse kicks it forward. Santos back onto it. He's trying to find Chulo behind him on Mila. But Kian Hall, the Englishman, has it for bin Dry. Santos this time gets the steal. Whoa, and then, Kian comes underneath the swing of Santos. They got to watch out, these bin Dries. It's with one of these games, a stop and start. They're not managing to get back into the game. They're not focused. They're not seeing. They're making easy mistakes here. They're holding on to it. Men are coming up behind them and stealing it off them. And we got another penalty for Lamar. This time 60 yards, Chulo Guerrero will take it. So 2 careless mistakes there from bin Dry, holding on to it. And then a man sneaking up behind them and getting the steal. Chulo. Oh, we got another man off. It's just one of those games today. So let's hope this game gets flowing. We just had one of the games of the season in the previous semi-final. Noon against AM. It was a cracking game. Neck and neck all the way. Each team just creeping half a goal ahead, turn by turn, and then eventually Noon broke away and won it. So we've got Noon in the final against the winners of this. Chulo from the 60. Massive shot and straight over into the... Oh, right up into the villa behind. Luckily, it's under construction anyway, so he couldn't have done too much damage. Chulo Guerrero, one of the biggest hitters of the polo ball in the country. Now 4 goals to 2.5. Bindrai need to wake up. They're crowding Cooney. They have to clear it. They do. Oh, and a steal comes through from Solari. Nice steal from Solari on the breakaway here. He took it off Chulo. He saw his moment. He's headed toward the goal, tapping it, head down, in the air. That's a golazo. Solo goal for Solari. Sneaking around again. Chulo thought he had time around the back. And Solari came out of nowhere, got the steal, and ran it through. Back to the middle. Great goal by the substitute. Facundo Kelly's injured. Santos Solari taking his place. In it goes. Out the back of the line out. Chulo, though, this time on Myla. Gets the win. Gets hooked out again. Or does he, though? I think Kian Kane may have put himself underneath the swing there. This game is not the beautiful polo we saw early on. Hopefully it will improve. Sometimes tensions are high. Maybe it's that little bit of prize money there. It's causing the tensions, but they're not flowing. Another penalty. And it's a short one. 40-yarder for Emaar. They lead by half at the moment. Chulo Guerrero will take it. Kian Hall just riding underneath the swing there. Guerrero. Oh, it's blocked, but it's gone through. Great effort with the save, but it sneaks on through. So another one from the penalty spot for Chulo. Raising his position in the highest scorer table. And that's a chance for the players to go and change horse halfway through Chaka number 2. So, Bindrai, they'll keep battling all the way through. They'll never give up. They work so hard. But they just need a bit of composure here to hold on to possession and to cut down on the fouls, because Chulo is clinical from the penalty spot. Chulo is getting on a horse called Freak now. Let's see if she lives up to her name. Santos Iriati on Reliqua. We've seen that horse do a lot for him. He's having an outstanding season, is Santos Iriati. Coming into this Emaar team for this tournament. So, umpire Peter Wright just having a word with them. Oh, Ali's won that out of the lineup. The substitute for Lamar comes through, but doesn't hold on to it. Mohammed bin Dry turns it around for bin Dry. Oh, his horse kicks it forward, and Chulo will smash the backhand. Cooney's going to try and sneak around Kian Hall. That's not going to happen this time. Kian has time to check up, wait for Mohammed bin Dry to come and support him. Bin Dry tucks in behind him. And he leaves it for Mohammed. MBD from the standstill. Hits that. Oh, it's gone up into Kian. And Cooney's onto it. Oh, stolen back by Kian. Ali comes through. Kian was claiming the line. So was Ali. But Kian with that clever little touch and then hopped onto it. Claimed the line. I think I heard the umpire say penalty 3, which is a 40-yard penalty for bin Dry. Not really feeling like a 12-goal game yet. Mohammed bin Dry struggles through, and it's a goal. It counts. Not pretty, but they all count. 4.5 goals to 5. Tomorrow we've got the Academy tournament. Tomorrow morning, the Polo Academy here at Dubai Polo and Equestrian Club. We run Academy tournaments every month, both for the kids and the adults. Tomorrow we've got an advanced adults Academy tournament. And then we've got some of the best kids playing an exhibition game, 2 chukkers on the final day. That's going to be exciting to watch as well. Very proud of all those kids who've come through the academy. They'll be playing on Sunday before the final. Bin Dry win that line-out. Mohammed bin Dry, with no one coming to him just yet, brings it forward one more step. Kian tucks in behind him. The two of them been playing together for a couple of seasons now, and they link up so beautifully. That's a massive drive up, and waiting for it well is Solari. Solari doesn't get the backhand. Chulo does for Lamar. Bin Dry, Mohammed bin Dry, MBD comes round onto it on this little chestnut. Turns it around toward the goal. Solari doing well to keep the men at bay, but Cooney does get close here. Bin Dry will probably fire that from a standstill once more. Gets a deflection out to the left, and Cooney comes onto it. Plays one shot forward, and then tries to turn it. Risky play as a crash comes in. Kian Hall comes smashing through, and we get a bump. It's not pretty. Umpires blow the whistle. Whether he'll blow against the green player for turning or against the white player for crashing, we'll soon find out. He's blown against the Lamar player for turning round over the line of the ball. And it's another penalty, this time for the team in white, the Bin Dry boys. 1 minute 20 left of chukker number 2. Just half a goal in it. This would put them in the lead. And Mohammed bin Dry puts that one through well. So back into the lead, the Bin Dry Polo team from the penalty spot. 5.5 goals to 5 now, with just over a minute left of the first half. In it goes, umpire right, it pops out at the number ones. Ali again wins a line out for Emaar, kicks on forward, he's playing well the substitute here, rolls the wrist and puts it up onto the 60, heading toward him, he's got Cooney trying to take the man. That's a hell of an under the neck shot from the zero goaler, right in front of the goal. The backhand can't come in, it's still there, Cooney's got a chance. Wow, that horse spun around for him nicely, still got a couple of white shirts to get through, and they've crossed in front. It's another penalty, Cooney's back on his feet again. The ambulance comes to check him. He's built tough, though, the Englishman. He turned it round to the left. A couple of white shirts were climbing all over him, in front of him as well. Back on the horse as well. No need for the ambulance, and it's a penalty one, I believe. Yes, penalty one. So it's an automatic goal for a dangerous or deliberate foul in front of the goal by Bindrai. Automatic goal, and they'll start Emaar with a hit from the middle. So they're back into the lead. And they get a hit from the halfway. Six goals now to Emaar, 5.5 to Bindrai. After the penalty one. So, hit from the halfway line. Guerrero with the wind. That's strong. That's high. Is it straight? It's massive. One bounce and over the back line. You don't often see that. This guy hits the ball so hard. Just to the right-hand side, though. One bounce and over the back. Massive shot. Bringing it in. Then Cian Hall for Bindrai. They trail by half. He leaves that behind. He's still got hold of it. Cooney waits with him. There's the hooter. Getting a little bit scrappy again. It's coming in as MBD to help him out. Takes it wide to the side. Cooney comes in with a big hook from the back. There's an amazing hook, but someone's in behind him. That's Cian. He'll send a lovely shot up to the front. Khaled Bindrai is waiting for it. Solari reaches out in front of Chulo, but Chulo's got hold of it. And the whistle blows, ending the chuck-up. So, we've had quite a few goals, most of them from the penalty spot. A lot of fouls. We've had men on their feet all through the first two chuckers. They'll have a chat with their coaches. Hopefully we'll get a cleaner couple of chuckers in the end. At least we have seen quite a few goals. Emaar just sneaking into the lead after that penalty one. 6 goals to Emaar. Bindrai on 5.5. And we'll take a break and be back in a minute. Welcome back to the second half of the second semi-final of the Emaar Cup 2025, where we have Bindrai taking on Emaar. Bindrai started with a goal and a half, and they ended the first chukker half a goal up, 2.5 goals to 2. Quite a few goals in the second chukker as well. A lot of them from the penalty spot, but Emaar and the second chukker up by half, 6 goals to 5.5. So anybody's game. Emaar, neither team really able to play the game they want. A foul at the end of that second chukker means Emaar will start with the ball. Chulo Guerrero on Lady. Cooney, he's on a great horse, that grey horse. Superb horse called Nena. Watch out for Cooney, this chukker on Nena, the grey. Okay, here we go then. Chulo Guerrero on Lady for Emaar in green. Trotting up to this one, unusually, then waits as Mohammed Bindrai. He's going to try and beat him. He's going right. Mohammed Bindrai kicks on hard. Chulo as well, though. They're going for it, these two. Then they check up. And Santos Iriarty does well to come back, claim the line and allow Chulo to come back onto it. He found a bit of space to open up, and nice slow swing right up to Cooney on Nena, right in front of the goal. What a searching pass on the near side. Ali has a shot. Cooney's still there on Nena. That's a great play, though, from Emaar, starting to find the form that we know we know they have. They've played some beautiful polo coming up to this game. Bindrai, though, have just been all over him, climbing all over him, unable. Now Bindrai getting running. This is the kind of polo Bindrai like to play. They like to hit and run. Here they go, pushing hard on the outside. But right off from Lady, gets the ball. Cooney picks it up on Nena the Grey. Then he plays a backhand, and Santos Iriarty's coming onto it, onto the near side. Picks it up beautifully as he stretches away. No, he doesn't. He's patient. He checks up on this, waits for his teammates to come and support him. Couple of white shirts around. Backhand comes in, but pops it over the boards. Things are looking up here, this chukker. Some better polo, let's say. Here we go, from the hit in, from the sideline. Chulo on Lady. Goes left. He's looking to beat Bindrai. Crashes him with a big, rough slash hook, I think was the foul. Unnecessary. I think that's what the umpire called. Chulo checking his stick if it's all right after it got chopped in half on that hook. You're only allowed to block with a hook. It's not a sword. Chulo, I think, might be going to replace his stick to take this penalty. Chulo then from the 40 on Lady. Again, it's massive. Look out if you're in. Oh, right up into the Villa once more. He's peppering that Villa. Chulo. Huge penalty from the 40. Stretches their lead. 7 goals to 5.5. After that slash hook, they'll go back to the middle. Bindrai win the line out. And there's 3 of them up at the front. No defence at all. Up at the front is Kian. He's got it first. Comes around back onto it. Leaves it behind, but there's another man behind him. He gets hooked out by Iriarty. Then the next man comes in and has a shot under the neck. So, well, Emaar left the back door wide open as 3 Bindrai shirts came through onto that. They all backed each other up well, but just put it to the left in the end. Emaar from the back line. Bit of a let off there. They still lead 7 goals to 5.5. Chulo and Lady will bring it in the third. Big drive up to the front. Watch out for Iriarty trying to find some space. Kian Hall gets the better of him and a good backhand as well. Chulo gets the meat and comes through, and then another whistle. A couple of white shirts coming across the line as Chulo came down it. He's moving up to the 60, hopeful. His next shot would have gone way over the halfway line. So they are moving this up to the next penalty spot. Chulo then from the 60 into the wind. It's huge. I think he's hooked it just a little bit left. Look out if you're sunbathing in your garden when Chulo's playing. There'll be bombs dropping down. So from the back line, Bindrai. Playing that one up forward, not finding the man. Chulo's there. He gets hooked out. Next one there, though, is Solari for Bindrai. He hits a good one up to Kian, who's come up to the front. Kian Hall, he's lost the stirrup, but he doesn't care. Here he comes, Kian Hall, wide open, at flat-out gallop up at the front. Half swing with one stirrup. Kian Hall does it. What a goal. Whoa, wide open with one stirrup. Kian Hall, flat-out gallop. Solari did well to put it back up to him. We know that horse with the big white face does a lot for Kian. And he was quick enough. They weren't going to catch him. He didn't have time to put his stirrup back on. And he ran it through. That's the Bindrai style. Hit and run. That's where they're good. Chulo usually there keeping the back door shut. Not that time. And the goal goes through. 7 goals to 6.5. As they change halfway through the third, we've got 3 minutes to go in the third. Chaka, a lot of goals. That was probably the best of them. That's the polo they love, the running polo. Emaar play the big passes. Another whistle as they line up. I think the players are getting a bit of a talking to from the umpire. But we get a throw in front of the terrace. 7 goals to 6.5. Playing for a position in the final of the Emaar Cup on Sunday. Kian Hall battling hard. checks up, gets hooked, and another whistle. We've hardly had 30 seconds of play without a whistle this game. This one in favour of Bindrai. They'll move it up toward the penalty spot. We'll see which one. A 60-yard penalty. Mohammed Bindrai teeing the ball up for the team in white. The boys in white, that's the Bindrai boys. Two brothers and their two pros. He's going to walk up to this. Oh, it's a good strike. Got hold of it. Just out to the right. Afuera. So, Emaar from the back. Chulo Guerrero will take it. Santos staying close. Cooney going up in toward the middle. Coming back around. Going left. Emaar. Santos does well to hold on to it. Thinks about hitting it, but then waits. Patient player, then leaves it to his boss, or to his pro, his captain. Drives that one, the torpedo, up to the front. Solari this time is in the back for Bindrai. Gets a good backhand too. And it's, onto the line was Mohammed Bindrai, but he didn't see Santos had claimed the line first behind him. So another foul, and this time it's for Emaar. They were not going toward the goal, so it'll be a spot hit, I imagine. We've had 19 fouls so far this game. In as many minutes, so it's been about a foul a minute. Right then, Chulo. Whoa, oh my God, it's huge, but it's left. That is that's into the Villas again from 80, 90 yards out. So Emaar. Bindrai from the back line with Kian Hall. Slaps one under the neck for MBD. Mohammed Bindrai. He's got Chulo waiting with him. So he hits away. Smart play. Get it away from that guy. And Kian's found some space up at the front. Nice play from Kian. Starting at the back and now bursting through the middle. This is what he loves to do. Checks up then. He's got one more man to beat. Big bump on that man. Drags the ball forward a little bit. The next one onto it, though, is a green shirt. Gets a little backhand. Now Chulo turns it and the whistle blows again. They'll go over to the third man for this one. Bindrai on the charge. Emaar on defence. A lot of shirts in there. It was all a bit of a mess. A little backhand came in. Everybody turned onto it. We've got the VAR. We've got the replay. Powered by Polo Line TV. And Santiago Torreguitar is talking over the headphones to the umpires, telling them what he saw on the replays. We've got a drone up there as well today, flown by George. Well, no foul is the call. We've got a throw in with Bindrai on the attack just in front of goal, and there's still only half a goal in it. Emaar need to get rid of it pretty quick, and they do with Cooney. Cooney sends one up to the boards. He's being hunted. Cooney, Bengala is the call as Ali goes forward. Oh, his horse just went over the top of that ball, and Mohamed Bindrai thinks about the backhand, takes a little bit forward. He's got Chulo waiting calmly behind him. Patient is Chulo. Goes in for a little bump. But it was not shoulder to shoulder at all. So Bindrai get a hit. Kian tucks in behind Mohamed. Kian picks it up from Mohamed. Mohamed goes forward. Cooney waits with Kian. Kian decides to beat Cooney, or try to. He does. Still driving forward is Kian. This is where he's so good at those drives through the middle. Takes a Hail Mary shot at the goal, but it goes out to the right. Kian, once he gets in with 100 yards, he just gets his head down. And he's got these big, fast horses. You wouldn't want to get in his way. Chulo then calmly brings it in and hits it out to the right for Iriarty. Iriarty comes onto it. We hear the hooter. Iriarty waits a little bit. He's got Chulo behind him. He might leave it for Chulo to send one into the middle. He does, but who's there to pick it up? Iriarty's coming on. We got less than 30 seconds left, less than 20 seconds left of this chukker. Iriarty's got some pressure on him. He's able to beat two men there and then drive in toward the goal. This is good polo from the Emaar. This is the Emaar we know and love as he plays it up toward the goal with 5 seconds left of the chukker. 2, 1. The backhand comes in, but it's a foul from Bindrai, and Emaar most probably have earned themselves a goal. They'll get a penalty for sure coming into the last chukker. Beautiful polo from Emaar, and Bindrai do another foul. So we'll end that chukker with Emaar 7 goals to 6.5 to Bindrai. We'll start again, most probably with a penalty for Emaar. We'll see. We'll take a short break here on Polo Line TV. 1 chukker left of the semi-final, and we're going into the last chukker with just half a goal in it again. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 1 chukker left to the semi-final of the Emaar Cup 2025. It's a close one, half a goal in it. Bindrai started with a goal and a half. They're just a 9-goal team, believe it or not, playing off 10 goals against a 12-goal team. And they ended the first chukker 2.5 goals to 2. Emaar came back and ended the second chukker 6 goals to 5.5 up, and then Emaar ended chukker 3 up by half a goal, 7 goals to 6.5, a goal apiece in the third. So doing remarkably well, Bindrai, to hold on to this, considering they're just a 9-goal team. They're kind of dragging the game down to their level a little bit and making Emaar struggle. It's working, but Emaar played a wonderful polo at the end there. Chulo Guerrero, Cooney, and Iriarty passing it, using the width of the field, going across the field, cutting back into the middle, and then driving toward the goal. They've got themselves a 30. Chulo is back on that little black horse, Mano. A few people have come up to me during this week and asked me about that horse, that little black horse that Chulo plays in the first and the last. He's done some incredible plays. Keep an eye out for that one, Mano. Having a chat here together, the Emaar team, with the umpire as well. Are we waiting for one more pin dry player? Or? I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Well, we've got Mohammed again having another moment. Hope he's all right. Okay. So we're going to go to adverts here just while we wait for Mohammed bin Dry to get back on his horse. Welcome back, Polo Liners, watching from around the world. We're going into the last chukker of the semi-final here. 7 goals to 6.5 for Emaar. Emaar have a penalty in front of the goal. Mohammed Bindrai has been on and off his horse all game, and I think he's now decided to let the injured Facundo Kelly come onto the field. Not sure what the what that was about. Anyway, Facundo Kelly, the 4-goal player, is now taken to the field. How can a 4-goaler replace a 3-goaler? Are the handicap, the scores change or what? They're playing with 10 anyway, yeah. Chulo from the spot keeps his composure and puts it through, unfazed by the goings-on, and takes his team now 8 goals to 6.5. Let's see if Facundo Kelly makes a change in this team here. So in it goes, Chulo and Mano, this horse. He can win matches, this little horse, Mano, this black horse. Oh, Facundo Kelly. They didn't see him coming. He's made a change already. The 4-goal player turns it around. Doesn't look injured. Brings it out. Kian's keeping Chulo at bay. There's a massive shot from Facundo. Is it going to stay in the play? It does just bounce over the boards. Good play, though. Kelly, they're going to have to watch out with this new lineup. Emaar have got a challenge here to adjust, improvise, and adapt. Chulo and Mano, his best horse. Tap it in. Kelly's coming in on him, so he gets rid of it fast. One shot up. Cooney's having a look for it and coming. Cooney's keeping the man away from Santos. Iriarty. Iriarty checks up, waits for Chulo to come and help him out. Chulo keeps the man away. Pass doesn't come through to him, though. And Solari is onto it. Kian as well. Kian is struggling a bit with Chulo, hassling him. But Faku comes in and gives Kian the space to break away. Kian doesn't get away. Chulo flicks out and gets it. Opens up a backhand. Coming through onto it is Santos. Forced to pull the whip is Faku, but Santos has got a quicker horse. He's broken away, but not made the most of it. Oh, Kian's made a mistake in defense, and Chulo as well. They're all missing it. This game is not what we're used to, ladies and gentlemen. It's not the polo. I don't know what it is, but these guys are making the mistakes they don't usually make. Anyway. From the back, Kian Hall. There's a 1.5 goal difference. And plenty of time if Bindrai play their cards right. Lovely open backhand. Intercepted from Solari as he comes forward now from Bindrai and puts one up forward. Chulo coming to make amends. Doesn't get the hook. But the backhand comes in from Ali. Good one. Who can turn onto it? Oh, picking it up on the near side was Khaled Bindrai. Cooney putting the pressure. Khaled, is it Kian? Able to stop. Bring it back around. Trying to head toward the goal. It's Kian heading back in toward, doing a lot of work like a little terrier in the middle there. Gets it through and works it. Such a hard worker is Kian Hall. The terrier in the middle there, working it through the entire pack. Great intercept from Solari there, picking out the backhand from Chulo, getting it into the middle, and then Kian Hall often makes a difference in the closing stages of the game. We're back to within half a goal now, 7.5 goal to 8. It may not be pretty, but it's getting exciting. We've seen a lot of goals. They'll come back on. Fresh horses. They'll pick out. They want the best horses now. Chulo back on Myla, the grey. Lovely grey horse. Cooney is on Aleta. Caleb Ben Dry back on the stallion, Kinder. Anyway, in it goes. And Ben Dry have won the line out. Half a goal in it, half a chucker left in the semi-final, playing for a place in the coveted final, and breaking away is Kian Hall. This is where he gets his head down, doesn't manage to it. The next shirt following it up was a white one. All the players have their sticks in the air as the whistle blows. And they're moving it up. They're moving it up for Ben Dry here. Well, the umpires have worked hard today. Not an easy game for the umpires. They've done a fantastic job keeping all these players under control and keeping this game safe. Anyway, 30-yarder to get ahead. Ben Dry. Kian Hall to take it. He puts it through. Ben Dry are in the lead with 3 minutes to go in the last chukker. Lamar will be keen to get back to the middle and get the throw in as quick as they can. This is it then. Wow, it's close. It's getting exciting now. This game has gone on for a long time, and it's all come down to half a goal in the last. It's been dry, and Facundo Kelly seems to have made the difference. Ball comes out for Solari, who sends it one time right in front of the goal. Running forward, it might go all the way. Caleb Ben Dry is coming in there to finish it off on the stallion. Tucks it in, doesn't finish it, but the next man does. And it's another goal for Ben Dry. Facundo Kelly has come on and changed the game for Ben Dry Polo team. They now lead, having come on half a goal down. They're now 9.5 goals to 8. Ben Dry taking their time. Happy for the clock to tick on. 2 minutes to go. And Lamar need 2 goals. Myla, the white horse, with Chulo. Onto her back legs. He's under so much pressure as Kian Hall. Just relentless. Puts in the work of 2 men. Cooney doing work to keep Kian away. And Chulo bringing it further toward the goal. Doesn't want to take too much time in it. Goes left, goes right, weaving left and right. Then goes forward toward the goal. Gets past one man. And the second on Myla. He knows he's well mounted. Facundo Kelly, though, with a big backhand. It was necessary, and he got it. 1 minute, 27 seconds to go now. And Ben Dry play their game. Running hard and fast up at the front is Kian Hall. This is where he's so good. Kian Hall at the end of the game. He's so fit and he works so hard. He's breaking away. Doesn't manage to take it all the way. Cooney's there. Plays a backhand. Gets a good one. But there's white shirts are onto it first. Clock is ticking. 1 minute left. Lamar desperately need 2 goals. Kian gets the meat. Turns it around. And Chulo goes for the steal, but Kian had straightened it up in time and was heading toward the goal. They get the whistle, Ben Dry, and they earn themselves the penalty. Well, you've got to feel for Lamar a little bit. But they've let this one slip away. And they're a goal and a half down. And it's a penalty for Ben Dry. goes wide, but the clock carries on ticking. Lamar have to be super fast to get 2 goals. If anyone can do it, it's this guy. Guerrero running through on Myla. Through the pack. They don't want to foul him, that's for sure. Guerrero coming through with 30 seconds left. Heads through the whole pack. Looking to go coast to coast. Puts it in front of the goal. Oh, it's out to the right. Facundo Kelly with a stick up. Gets a backhand onto it too. And Bindrai breakaway the other way now with 18 seconds. Khaled Bindrai has a look back. He's charging down the field on his stallion. Puts one up over, right up into the corner. There's 10 seconds left. Bindrai have done enough. By hook or by crook, they've done it, I think, Bindrai. And they've got themselves through to the final of the Emaar Cup 2025. Lamar having put on a superb performance throughout the tournament. That game was different. A bit choppy. It was stop and start throughout. And, well, they dug deep. Bindrai. Especially Kian Hall coming strong at the end. They made that substitution and they brought on the 4-goaler, Kian Hall. So they had Kian and Solari playing. And they got the win. Bindrai. Lamar were up by half after the first. They were up by half after the second. They were up by half after the third, Lamar. They held on to that win, that lead all the way into the last chukker. But then, in the last chukker, they made that tactical change and brought on Facundo Kelly, the 4-goaler, replacing Mohamed Bindrai. And that was enough to get the win. He changed the game. And Bindrai through to the final. They'll take on Noon. Here we'll have a look at the best goals. That was a nice one by Santos Iriarty over onto the near side. Here's Solari. He did well, superbly well coming in there. He was replacing Facu, but then Facu came on. Not quite sure what that was all about, but anyway, here comes Kian Hall. He did amazingly well, especially toward that end of that game. He just worked so hard. Here he is again. Did everything he could at the end. The Terrier putting it through, getting some goals and winning the game really was. Facundo Kelly who changed it when he came on. Lamar, you got a feel for them. Leading the game all the way. But Bindrai making that substitution at the end and getting the win. Let's have a look at the stats. 9.5 goals to 8. Just the 3 field goals for Bindrai. Just the 1 field goal for Lamar. 6 throw-ins won by Bindrai. Lamar winning 11 throw-ins. Way too many fouls from both teams. 11 fouls by Bindrai, 12 from Lamar. Bindrai scoring 4 out of 7 of their penalties, and Lamar scoring 6 out of their 8. So, well, it wasn't pretty, but Bindrai scraped their way into the final of the Emaar Cup. They're going to take on Noon on Sunday. Tune in there where we've got a big subsidiary final where we will see Equity taking on Abu Dhabi. We've got a kids game, the best of the Academy kids playing as well. And then we've got the big final. That will be Noon versus Noon versus Bindrai. In the big final on Sunday. Do tune in to watch that. The Emaar Cup 2025. I've been Tim Ward, and it's been a pleasure to commentate both of those games for you.